I may have to just roll their attacks manually because I couldn't edit things on the character sheets for some reason. But just keep that in mind. Okay, so we're going to get started. Live streaming, that's starting now. We'll do a recap of last session. So last session, you guys continued traveling through the jungle. You'd left Firefinger and you'd started making your way to Mesro. With Hugh Hackenstone leading you all, you had come to this great ravine as you're making your way to Kursabal. Artus Muhahaha. And it gets its name from the echoes created by noise at the gorge. When you were speaking near the gorge, your voice continued to reverberate and reverberate, sounding like Muhahahaha. As you were crossing, you'd noticed a statue that was dedicated to the forsaken god Abteo, a god that used to look after the people of Chult, and you're expected to pay tribute as you pass this great stone bridge by tracing your finger along the maze and not coming to a dead end. Most of you were successful, however, when Talum attempted the maze, he had failed, and as he tried to pass the statue, it animated and attacked him. Not only that, part of the bridge was broken, so it wasn't a simple case of just running to the other side and escaping this thing. Combat broke out, and you guys all rushed to try and get over this gaping hole with Taben, formerly known as Ragda, was kind of holding his own against the statue. He ended up getting thrown over the side of the bridge and facing off against a T-Rex. By absolute sheer luck, even as he was being carried away in his unconscious state, he managed to wake up and spear the Tyrannosaurus Rex to death. That was probably the highlight of last session. And with that, you guys had made it across, but you'd had Zandala telling you all that she still wanted to go to Mesro, and she implored you all to cross back over the other side of the bridge to try and find her father, Artus Cimber. So you'd traveled to Mesro, and you'd found pretty much what you would have expected from a ruin. Crumbling buildings, flooded streets, everything overgrown with vines and moss and creepers. And you'd spent most of the day exploring the ruins, but it had appeared that the Flaming Fist had already occupied Mesro, for one of their flags stood in the center of this ruin. Not only that, had they plundered all of the loot at Mesro, or anything of value or interest, you guys had also come across some frost giants. They were searching for Artus Cimber. They seemed out of their element here in the hot jungles of Chult. They told you that they had they'd arrived by some sort of ship, and that there are others searching for Artus Cimber. With some quick talking, you guys were able to divert the frost giants, who were also accompanied by winter wolves. And with that, you guys were left to just kind of camp at Mesro. As you were making camp, something else approached, and as you looked towards the source of the noise, you saw standing there a man. He seemed to be in his early 40s. He has black hair, it's kind of long hair, comes down to his shoulders. He's got also black facial hair, beard, moustache, and he's wearing studded leather armor. He's got a longbow slung over his shoulder, and you see this wicked looking dagger sticking out of a small scabbard by his side. And as he's approached you all slowly, he's yelled out to everyone, "Get away from her! That's not my daughter!" Pointing to Zandala. So that's where we're starting today's session.
Can we tell from here if he has a ring on his finger?
He's wearing gloves.
Okay.
He's got leather gloves on. Couldn't tell if he has a ring or not. He might be wearing a ring under his gloves.
Zandala, is that your dad?
Zandala turns to you, Orion. Yes, I believe so. Father, it's me, Zandala. What's wrong? Don't step closer. If you approach me, I will shoot you with an arrow.
I am going to start stepping away from her.
What's wrong, Father? Why don't you remember me? Zandala says. That creature. That lizard creature that you were with. What has he done to your mind? I'm warning you. She steps closer. He draws his longbow at this stage and he knocks an arrow. I'll put an arrow right in your chest. You're not my daughter. I've never seen you before. You're in the presence of a charlatan, adventurers. I've been watching you all from a distance, trying to gauge who you are, and I heard her proclaim that she's looking for me. She's a liar.
Do you have a daughter?
My personal life is none of your business. I am Artus Cimber, and that is not my daughter. I came here looking for my wife. She's not here. There is none of my family here.
Well, we were only tasked to bring her to find you because she said she was your daughter. From what I'm seeing right now, our task is over here.
Zandala just puts her hands up. Easy. And then she kind of turns to you all. There's something wrong with my father. He doesn't remember me. That lizard man must have bestowed some sort of foul curse on him.
Well, I'm ways off from removing curse.
Can you try and make him see reason?
Oof.
Oof.
Get away from her. She's dangerous.
If she was, then why the hell were we traveling with her for almost a month and she hasn't done a single bad thing?
Are you that blind to see? Obviously, she's been using you to get to me. No one could brave these jungles alone. Well, no one ordinary. Even I've had my troubles here in Chult. I've been separated from my friend Dragonbait. My friend Dragonbait. Please. You must have something that you can do. There's something seriously wrong. Perhaps his memory has been altered somehow. I've heard of spells that can do this. Modify memory. Father, please. Think. I want you to think. Do you remember me? Suddenly, Artus lowers his longbow and faces Zandala. Have I been blinded this entire time? Have I been misremembering? You are my daughter. Zandala. Oh, you do remember me. She runs over. And they embrace. Zandala sobs. Father, how did you forget me? Father. There. We are together now. Everything's gonna be okay. Come to Papa.
I know why that felt funny.
Oh, forgive me. Perhaps it was the magic of Mesro. It has clouded my mind. Allow me to introduce myself formally. My name is Artus Cimber, hero of the realm. Keeper of the Ring of Winter.
There are some frost giants looking after you. We met them here actually a little while ago.
I'm sure there are. I'm sure that there are many looking for me. And my presence here put you all in danger. If the frost giants are looking for me, perhaps they will be back. Are you prepared to fight frost giants?
With help,
100%.
possibly.
We totally got that. We can do that, right, guys?
He has friends with him. 2 wolves, it looks like.
Well, I mean, we're missing our party member, our party leader at the moment. Where's Ragd?
And where am I?
Hey, where's Turek? Guys, where's Turek?
Artus Cimber
Did you check your bucket?
takes one of his gloves off. And you see gleaming on one finger a magnificent looking ring. It seems to be a gold ring coated in ice. You can almost feel a frosty eminence pervading off of the ring. It glowers, and you sense great power coming from it. Even the frost itself has all sorts of highly stylized patterns worked into it. It's this that they're looking for. He holds his hands up to you guys. Palm facing his face, so you guys can clearly see the ring.
And what do they want with it?
It holds great power. It holds much power. If the frost giants were to get it, they would use it to turn this entire world into a winterscape. It's not me that they're after. It is the ring.
So why do you still keep it? Wouldn't it be wiser to give it to someone else or destroy it? Are you using it for something?
You're right. The frost giants, they are not very bright. They rely only on strength to get by. That is why I'll give the ring to my daughter and throw them off.
Okay, hold up. Is there a way for us to see if Zandala is if she had cast a spell on this guy or if she's performing at all?
You could make an insight check. You didn't see her cast a spell though. She never waved her hands around or said any components.
Yeah, she seems legit.
No.
Okay.
You notice a bit of a strange smirk come over Zandala's face as Artus Cimber places the ring in her hand. Immediately, Artus's hair turns grey. His skin wrinkles, and he falls to his knees, as if he's suddenly aged greatly, and he's been afflicted with some sort of illness. The moment he takes that ring off and hands it to her, Zandala smiles. Yes! Thank you, Father! And then she puts the ring on her finger and starts cackling maniacally. Now, Father! Kill all the witnesses. Thank you all very much. This has been a pleasure, Zandala says. And I'm going to roll initiative. She's tricked you all.
Ah, fuck.
Artus actually stands up. Yes. Kill all the witnesses, he says as he draws his magical dagger. Turig.
Turig is going to move. Here, turn into a Dionycus.
Okay. Alright, you wild shape into a Deinonychus, and I'll add you to the initiative.
And he is going to bite and claw at
That's a miss. Your claw just catches some magical force surrounding her. Your claw bounces off. Another miss. And another miss. She smirks as you just kind of jump at her and poof, bounce off onto the ground. Petra.
I'm going to move back some, and can I still see her from there?
Yeah, this is only like about 4 feet tall. You can see over the top of it.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Magic Missile on her. At a 2nd level.
She smiles. Oh dear. You're a fool. And she holds her hand out, and this bright blue shield surrounds her, and all the magic missiles absorb into it as she casts shield.
Okay, then I am my turn.
Orion.
I yell out, "Traitor!" And I'll rage and swing at her recklessly. And when I rage, I'll get my claws. So I'll attack her twice.
Okay. That hits, and you just whoosh, slash into her. The force of your claw breaks through her shield and catches some of her scales. Breaks through this mage armor that protects her as well.
I hit it again, but I think it's pretty slow. There we go.
That's a miss. This time your claw just bounces off of her.
He's attacking recklessly, or he has
Yeah,
advantage.
I know. That's a miss. 18 misses. Alright, Zandala is going to cast a spell. I'd love to sit and play, but you know, I've got other things on my mind right now. But I will give you a parting gift, you fools! And she continues to cast this spell, and there's just a massive fiery explosion. that appears over everyone. Yeah, she'll drop it there.
So it doesn't hit me, right?
Nope, you're out of range of the fireball. Everybody make a dex save. Have to roll this manually as well.
I have advantage from danger sense.
Yep. You take a look, Orion. You see her hold her hand out, and you know there's something coming. Your senses kick in, and you just get ready to brace for impact. And a roll for Artus as well.
We did not do good.
Well, we technically did the job that we were hired for.
Talum, you're hit for 33 points of fire damage. Orion, you're hit for 33 points of fire damage. Victor, you're hit for 33 points of fire damage. Turig, you're hit for 33 points of fire damage. Right, you'll revert. Take the leftover damage as Turig. 7 points. And Artus also failed. And he's hit for 33 points of fire damage. Alright, she does that as a bonus action as well, by the way. She quickened the spell.
Oh. Oh no.
She's a sorcerer.
Okay.
Alright, suddenly Artus shakes his head. You traitorous bitch! What have you done to me? Give me the ring back! And he seems to have broken the beguilement. Zandala then smirks. Oh, that's a shame. I thought I could have got more use out of you. And for her action, she's going to dodge. And she's going to move back. Provoking from Orion, Turig, and Artus. 10 is a miss. And 5 is a miss. And Artus swings with his dagger as well. His dagger is like amazing. He quickly spins it around. And he's got some pretty fancy handwork. He swings and he misses with a 12. Now I just need to figure out how to use this thing. Well, I'll see you around, I guess. The next thing you'll see is your own frosty tomb. Victor, make a death saving throw.
Pressed it. I didn't know it was come up. Oh, there you go.
That is a failure with a 10. Alright, Artus seems like he's aged and he's kind of debilitated. Oh! And he's having trouble kind of standing up. You must stop her! And he takes a few steps forward, but he is actually got several levels of exhaustion from taking the ring off. So that's as far as he gets. So he just draws his longbow, and the longbow looks like nothing special. It's kind of stylized, but it doesn't look magical. And he does have a quiver of arrows slung over his shoulder. His hand's shaking as he draws an arrow and knocks it, and then he looses it at her. And she's going to cast shield again. She holds up her hand, the arrow just bounces off an invisible shield that surrounds her and hits the ground. He's trembling as well, struggling to take aim, and it's a miss. She just jumps straight out of the way. Third shot. He is very quick despite his shaky hand, and that arrow also misses. Talum.
Yeah. I'm like also like Artus kind of moving around like burnt charcoal, and yeah, I dropped and lay on hands on Victor.
Okay.
And this place looks comfy.
Toreg.
Turning back into a Dionychus.
Okay. Alright, you wild shape back into a Deinonychus. As a bonus action. Whoops, there we go.
Wrong selection. Wrong tool. Sorry. Move 20 feet, activating pounce.
And 11 is a miss. She just easily jumps out of the way of that, and she smirks at you as she sidesteps. You jump up and claw, and whoop! She steps back. Are you right there, little friend? And then suddenly you just leap forward and you hit her with a bite. 21 breaks to her shield. And you just kind of bite onto her arm, and you get one of her scales in your mouth. Oh, you'll pay for that, she says. Petra.
Okay, so I moved there 30. If I cast Shatter, can I do it so I'm not hitting Turek?
Yeah. You can just put it like south of Zandala. Alright, you throw a shadow behind her, and a heap of rocks and dirt and trees and plants gets disrupted. They just explode.
Yeah.
And
Will it cause difficult terrain?
no, shadow doesn't make difficult terrain. And she fails. The thunderous energy knocks her forward, and she still doesn't look too hurt at the moment. She's not really showing any visible signs of major injuries. Orion.
So as I run up to her, I will use a bonus action to shift. There's that temp, minus the rage. And then I'll hit her twice, recklessly.
Okay, you have advantage and disadvantage, so they cancel each other out. $11 is a miss. And an 18 bounces straight off her shield. I was going to allow you to live. That was a favor I was going to do for you. But you really persist. Well, I guess I don't really care if you live or die now. And she's going to take the dash action. She steps over here, provoking from Turig and Orion. She kind of braces and holds up her arm and tries to interpose her dragon scales. And you claw her for 5 damage, Orion. And Turig, you hit her as well with the bite. Alright, she takes those attacks, but you do see her kind of stagger a little bit, and quite a lot of blood is pouring down her arm now. She's going to cast another spell very, very quickly. She just kind of whips her hand around. The way that she speaks, the verbal component of the spell, it just comes out like a rat god. And she flies up 110 feet in the air. And she smiles at you all. She's almost completely obscured by the jungle canopy. If she moves a little bit more, then you won't be able to see her anymore. But she'll end her turn there, up in the sky. 110 feet.
I don't really know what's happened. I just got sort of blasted into this rock. So
Alright, you open your eyes and you stand up and you see Zandala flying up in the air 110 feet, cackling maniacally. And you hear something about killing everyone. You're probably thinking another fireball's gonna be coming by soon.
I will cast resistance on myself. I'll stand up, so I've got 15 left behind these rocks. That's all I could do, really.
Don't let her get away! Artus steadies his longbow and he tries to shoot. That misses. Ah! Get back here! And rolls are not showing up. She will cast shield once again, and that arrow just smashes onto her shield, falls onto the ground. Ah! Whoops. Alright, that third arrow hits her. It catches her for 3 points of damage. And although it does scrape along her torso, it's not enough to drop her from the sky. Talon.
3 HP. I have so much option. Okay, so you know what? I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I have nothing to heal myself as well, really. Okay, I'm just gonna put 10 lion hands on myself.
Artus yells out, "Stop her!"
Yep, I get it. Stop her. But she's 110 feet away from me, so and plus I was 3 HP.
What's a HP? Turek.
It's a printer.
What's a printer?
It's for toilet paper.
What's a toilet paper? I've never seen such a rare thing before.
It's a mythical legendary item.
Alright, Turek. So, yeah, she's just flown
Turek-
straight up into the air.
Turek's got nothing. So Turek's going to chase after her. And jump in the air at her.
She smiles. Oh, that's cute. Petra.
I will move there, and I will again cast Shatter on her while trying not to hit Turret.
Shatter wouldn't do anything because she's in the air.
She's 110 feet in the air, by
Yeah,
the way.
Shatter's got like 120 foot range.
No, I'm just saying Petra was avoiding Turek.
Oh,
Oh yes, yeah. You'll Turig's 120 feet away. Oh no, Shatter's 60 feet. All right, you cast Shatter, Petra, and poof, your Shatter just explodes 60 feet in the air, falling short of Zundal and Turig. It just hits nothing.
Well, yeah. I didn't realize she was 120 feet.
110
I just
feet.
saw one.
I
Yeah,
did say
just
it
saw the
like
one.
3 times. But yeah, it's already done now, so the spell hits nothing.
Yeah, it's fine.
Orion.
I'll pull out my bow and actually run back. And the short bow's outer range is 320, so I'll have disadvantage, but I'll still try to shoot her.
That's a miss. The arrow just falls short of her and disappears into the nearby jungle. Alright, Zundala is going to take the dash action, and she's going to leave you guys with a parting gift. She looks down at Petra. I was almost impressed with your arcane finesse, but I guess not now. Here's a little trick. Perhaps you could take a leaf from my book. Alright, she's going to drop a fireball directly on you, Petra. Make a dexterity save. Alright, you see her casting the spell. It's very, very quick, but you're able to just kind of put your cowl over yourself and duck and try and avoid taking the full brunt of that. And you do. You hit for 15 fire damage. And then she dashes another 120 feet, so she's like 230 feet away, and she's already gone through the top of the jungle canopy, and she's got total cover from everyone now. You can't see her anymore. She's disappeared. And I have to break initiative because you can't see her.
That could have gone better.
No! No! My ring! My important ring!
Why not precious?
My important.
Maybe you should calm down a bit. You don't look so well.
Let's surround you to help you.
That always works.
I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration on him.
When you approach him, he like pulls out his dagger. Also, yeah, you're in dinosaur form.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I dropped dinosaur from it. It's just I moved over as the dinosaur.
All right. When you go to touch him, he draws his dagger again, and he steps back. Don't come near me. Do not approach me.
Me try to help.
Don't threaten Turig.
Don't threaten Turig.
Yeah.
You are the ones who brung her to me. If it wasn't for you all, I never would have lost the ring of winter.
Well, technically, you stepped out in front of us and told us to get away from her, so you brought yourself to her.
I was trying to protect you all. I don't need any more of your help. You notice his hairs are grayed, his skin's become quite wrinkled. He looks like he's just aged about 20 years.
Well, maybe
So
we
is
can
she-
help each other then.
Is she your daughter?
No, she'd caused some sort of spell on me. She was able to control my every move. I need to rest when I remove the ring. It has side effects, but they're only temporary. The ring suppresses aging, and I've worn it for the longest time, but I'll return to normal. I just need to. And then his eyes roll back in his head. The adrenaline wears off, and he falls unconscious. He just kind of collapses on the ground.
Let's take him back to the boat then.
We really shouldn't rest here because that giant might come back.
Yep. We should totally check his body, though, and see if he has any other extraordinarily world-ending magic items on him.
We know the dagger's magical.
Sure, but is there any, like, apocalyptic things that we need to look out for?
You take a
If
look.
he
It's
did.
got a Hand of Vecna, Deck of Many Things, Sword of Chaos. No, so you're searching him, Orion?
I mean, yeah, if he's unconscious.
Alright, the seemingly magical dagger had fallen from his hand. It has this blue gem set into its pommel. It's got a wicked looking kind of light blue blade. And that's the first thing that you notice. He wears studded leather armor. He has a backpack as well. And he just has a longbow and a quiver of arrows. Inside his backpack, you just find some supplies. There are trail rations. There is a couple of gourds of water, and he just has some like insect repellent and other items that you'd expect to find in a backpack of someone exploring the jungles of Cholt.
Yeah, let's
Can I-
take him back to
Can
camp, maybe?
Can I use his longbow until he wakes up again?
He might be mad if he finds himself stripped bare of all this stuff.
I'll give it back when he wakes up.
I don't know. He's already kind of pissed at us. I promise we'll buy you a longbow, but maybe not from this dude. I'll just
Fair
pick
enough.
him up and sling over my shoulder.
Okay. Alright, looking around, the streets of Mesro are bare. You can just hear the slow flowing rivers spilling out into the coastline to the east. It's quite dark. Night is beginning to fall. This was like quite close to when you guys were going to make camp here at Mesro. And yeah, this place looks as good as any, I guess. I mean, there is the Flaming Fist flag, so it does suggest, I think you guys had kind of figured out that the Flaming Fist do arrive here regularly.
Correction, there was a Flaming Fist flag. I set it on fire.
Alrighty. Are you using Produce Flame?
Yeah, I'm using Produce Flame.
Alright, you go over and you hold your hand up underneath the flag. You can see this. It's just like a fist embroiled in fire. And suddenly the fire becomes real. And the flag burns away. Just leaving this wooden stump that is also burning like a candle's wick.
So we having a short rest here or a long rest?
Neither. We got to get out of here. If those giants come back and they see that we have, or that giant comes back and see that we have Artus Cimber, then either he gets smashed or we both get smashed. We got to get out of here.
You're not going to make too much more progress today, but you could definitely try and relocate a couple of miles away in a safe place. Are you taking any precautions as you're moving?
Moving slow to I guess sneak, so we're not so we don't come across anything right now, because I believe we're...
Call.
When Turig bit Zendala's arm, you said she was heavily bleeding. Is there a like a trail?
You could try and track any drops of blood that may have fallen out. You bit her arm pretty bad as well. She's gonna have like a nasty scar across her arm. But yeah, you could attempt to try and track her if you want.
Well, he's not of a unconscious person, but
For every day that goes by, it's harder and harder to find tracks. It'll just be a little bit more difficult the next day. It only takes about 5 minutes. Alright, Turig, you find a couple of drops of blood where you bit her, but then you go off to the surrounding area and you can't find any more blood droplets. And you would suspect that most of the blood droplets coming off her arms, like if she didn't obviously try and make like a tourniquet or something straight away, they probably would have fallen mostly on the jungle's canopy, which is about 100 feet overhead. She was above the canopy. So all of a sudden, like you guys find yourselves in like darkness. It just, yeah, night has fallen and it's like pitch black.
okay, I'll cast light then straight away.
Okay. It's so dark here in the jungle at night time. You can literally only see what your light permits. Beyond that radius, it's absolute darkness. And you can barely even see the sky above because of the thick jungle canopy in this location. So you kind of just like, you'd be like kind of blindly moving through the jungle. But you could yeah, easily just move away, pick a direction and move away a couple of miles. It'll take you guys a couple of hours moving slowly, stealthily. Is that what you guys want to do? Okay. Any particular direction? South?
South.
Okay. You can use the sound of the coast to kind of accurately predict where south is for this journey. It's a lot easier to travel along coast and rivers. So you guys move to the south, and alright, you guys are just moving along. Several of you are injured as well, so you're also leaving your own bloody tracks everywhere, and no one made any effort to try and cover those tracks. So you guys set up camp, and do you want to start a fire, or do you want to just lay out your bedrolls and get some sleep near some cover?
Well, we should probably have a watch, because that blood trail is going to lead right to us, and I'd rather not have a fire, because we'd be more visible.
And since Xandel left, we should ask Ragda to join us.
He is several days away.
Oh.
We should have a short rest now before we do anything else, though.
You want to have a short rest before a long rest?
Yeah, we can an hour.
Okay, keep in mind you're only going to get back 2 hit die when you take a long rest. You don't get all your hit die back.
All
But
right.
yeah, if you guys want to take a short rest first, go for it.
That's fine. Let's just take a long rest. I can heal some people before.
Save your spells. Let's just take a short rest. We'll be all good, and then we'll be set for the rest of the night.
Just in case we get ambushed on a long rest.
Exactly.
Alright, Artus is still unconscious as well during all this. Alright, you guys recover yourselves. You lay out your bedrolls, and it's a little bit of a quiet camp. There's the moods are not lifted at all. on this particular night, and you're just kind of surrounded by complete darkness in this unknown ruin of a city or nearby. And you guys wake up the next day. Day turns to night, night turns to day. Day 26. Everyone take a long rest. Let's sort out the expedition. Lead expedition is the 5 of you. Zandala has gone rogue.
Where is Ragd?
The next morning, the sun is shining, but there's a little bit of a drizzle. It's mostly sunny. A little bit of a sun shower. So it's a kind of a nice day. It's a little bit cooler here because you're near the coast. It does a lot to cut through the humidity of the jungle. You can look out to your east and see this sparkling blue inlet and the ocean beyond for several miles. You've actually camped quite close to a cliff. There's about a 40-foot drop down, jagged rocks down to the ocean. And this is where you guys are. You're still in this same hex in the vicinity of Mesro. Artus, he comes to in the morning. Actually, when you guys wake up, he's already awake. And he's standing facing away from you all. And he hasn't said anything.
So, old man, how important is this apocalyptic item to get back?
Huh. You really want to get the Ring of Winter back for me, do you?
Well, I'm not a huge fan of ice and snow, and we kind of screwed the pooch on this one, so it seems kind of our fault anyway.
You couldn't have known. She's a charlatan, a liar, and a good one. Huh. I don't blame you for what happened. He turns around, and when he does, you notice that he looks fine. He does not look aged like he did when he took the ring off. In fact, he looks as healthy as ever. You guys are just kind of standing amongst the trees. There's a bit of a beach head about 40 feet below you all, and you're just watching the waves crash on by. Where's Victor? There we go.
I don't know.
Oh, he's underneath Petra. Alright, it's just kind of lightly raining as well, and yeah, you've got like this view of the ocean, which is kind of nice. A little bit of wind blowing by. You can smell the seawater. Artus smiles. Huh. Don't beat yourself up about what happened. We'll get the ring back. But still, ignore the fact that Sandala is there. I don't know how she got that. She's swimming around. Wait, there she is. She's swimming around in the ocean. Damn. She's there the whole time.
So that was anticlimactic.
Yeah, we'll get her. How good are you at tracking? We have a few trackers here, but it might be good to, if you have any experience with magical tracking, maybe. I don't know your abilities.
I need you to understand something about this ring. What we're dealing with here, it's not just a magic ring. It's a powerful artifact. And it has a mind of its own. In fact, I'm just seeing now that the ring was having an adverse effect on me.
Is the ring sentient?
Speaking to me. Yes, it craves destruction. Only through my sheer force of will was I able to resist its calls. And I'm not sure that woman has the same sense of willpower. She has become extremely dangerous. The ring will take over her.
What is it that the ring does?
It does many things. It ceases to age the wearer. Makes you completely immune to the cold. It has a multitude of other facets. It can create just about every sort of ice spell you could think of. And its other properties. I have not seen them myself, but I have heard the rumor of them. It can only be activated by an evil being whose will the ring can't break. I believe that is why the Frost Giants want it. For this ring, it has the ability to turn the world into a frozen abyss. It could freeze all of the oceans of this world. All of the mountains would turn to ice. The animals would die. And I think only a few of us would survive. And the worst thing about this, the ring is undetectable. It defies attempts to magically locate it. Neither the ring nor its wearer can be targeted by any sort of divination magic. Perceived through magical scrying senses. We could only rely on more mundane ways of tracking. I don't know where she could be, though. He looks out to the ocean. Nope, not there.
Well, if she was being controlled by the ring and you were once wearing the ring, where would the ring want to go?
I'm not sure. I blocked out the evil notions that the rings pushed upon me. It wishes to cause undue harm to everyone and everything around it. It will attempt to incur the wrath of enemies and bring about the wearer's doom. I was a fool to ever think I could control it. Perhaps it's better that I am apart from the ring now. It has opened my mind. And I want to apologize for the way I behaved yesterday. Parting from the ring, it took a mental strain upon me. Do you forgive me?
Always.
Yes, but I think you hurt her experience.
You didn't do anything, really.
Me was trying to help.
Look, I don't know what you adventurers are doing here in the jungles of Chult. And this doesn't mean that I trust you. I don't even know you all. But I am interested to learn about how you met this Zandala. I just came here to look for my wife, Alessandra. In the ruins of Mesro. This is where I had met her, and, well, ever since the spell plague, things have not been the same.
I wonder, Zandala told us that you knew something about this death curse. Was she lying to get us to you, or do you actually know something about the curse?
He kinks his neck side to side and stretches. Ah! Death curse? What are you talking about? and he cracks his knuckles. As he cracks his knuckles, you notice some tattoos on his fingers because he's got his gloves off now. One of the fingers has the name Bert, and the other one has the name Lug. What's this death curse you're speaking about?
Oh, okay.
How
Is that why
long
you're here?
have you been in? How long have you been in the jungles? Is my question.
I'm not sure exactly. Perhaps a few weeks, maybe a month.
Well, that explains because that curse, like a month ago, started to basically, if you die, you cannot be brought back to life, and also when you fall unconscious, by the death's door, you're hard. It's gonna be harder for you to get out of it.
I wouldn't know about that. I never fall unconscious. Well, not since I've had the ring. I've never been defeated in combat. But anyway, I'm not trying to brag to you all. I'm trying to express the power of this ring. But this death curse, are you sure? This sounds profound. Absurd, even.
We've had several allies die and then raise as revenants. I don't really understand how, but Petra, you can explain magic, right?
Yeah.
Thanks for your backup there.
You're welcome.
That is a very thorough explanation. I understand everything now. The very fabric of this world.
Well, have you heard about a lich named Azarak?
Asarak. The name doesn't ring a bell. Wait, let me think. Asarak. Nope. Would you care to enlighten me?
Well, basically, Well, I don't know if we actually ran into him or was that an illusion or of sorts, but back in, Faerun, we, well, not far from Waterdeep or Baldur's Gate, whatever. Yeah, we came across a ruins where we found
According to Volo, it was a skeleton that knew magic.
well, yeah, but he did kind of just, finger that Wawak. So
Well, I'm glad there was
I'd
more to
say-
that sentence. I'm glad you said of death. I was getting worried about what you're talking about then.
Well, I mean, I think he casted some very high level spell, basically killed Wawaks in just an instant. But yeah,
I appreciate you telling me all this, but this does not really seem like it's a part of my concern. Tell me about this death curse. Why are you here in the jungle? What does Chult have to do with this curse?
According to what we were told, the death curse originated from here, in the jungles somewhere, in Chol.
So what, you've grabbed some supplies, headed out into the jungles, and hope to find the source. Is that it?
Yes, and from
That's not too
Yes,
far
and
off.
from what we're told, we're not the only ones. A bunch of adventurers have traveled the jungles, some not returning at all.
And this Zandala, where did you meet her? Port Nine Zaru?
Yep.
What do you know about her? I need to know everything you know about this woman.
From what we could tell, she wears a mask and pretty much she seems reliable. She used to be an adventurer, she says.
I think she's proven that
Some
we can't
ghost
believe a
looking
word
out.
that she said.
Some type of spellcaster.
She was definitely a draconic sorcerer. She was able to cast the spell subtly and beguile me. Listen, I feel like I've put you all in grave danger now. Zantala, I remember her giving me the command to kill all witnesses. Perhaps she's still intent on making that happen. And the Frost Giants, they're looking for me. They may be too stupid to believe that the ring's been taken. If I stay with you, I'll be putting you in grave danger. Do you understand this? I meant that when I said that yesterday.
We should be fine, I believe. Even if you are with us, we should be able to deal with whatever.
We have a warrior legend, Ragda. He basically single-handedly defeated a T-Rex, so I'm pretty sure we got this in the bag.
Alright. Now, this is a long shot, but I don't suppose you happened upon a 4-foot tall, wrinkly, draconic-looking humanoid on your travels that smells funny.
No, I don't believe we have.
My companion, Dragonbait, he traveled with me from Port Nyanzaru to Mesro, but we got separated. Those frost giants, they spotted us as we were traveling through the jungle, and that's when I learned that they were apprehending me. Dragonbait led them off in a different direction, take them away from me, proclaiming that he had the Ring of Winter, and that was the last time I saw him. Now, he's a tough son of a bitch, and I don't believe that the Frost Giants would have got him, not with that magic sword that he wields. But, I do need to find him. But, he can look after himself. He's a big boy. I have a proposition to make you all. I believe that Saja Nabaza, an ancient guardian Naga, may be able to help us both.
Okay.
These creatures, these serpents, they are as ancient as this world. They are among the first denizens to inhabit this world. And with that age comes great knowledge. This guardian Naga is said to reside in the ruins of Orlunga. Hopefully
hey,
my...
we heard of Orlanga.
Oh, you have you? Wow.
Yeah.
And? What about it?
Well, a lady once randomly walked up to us on the street and told us to seek the guardian of Orlunga, and she said it was east of Umbala.
Oh, that must be the guardian that I have heard of. Perhaps we heard the same rumor.
Well, there's a finite number of random encounter tables. I'd imagine it's possible.
I don't know what you just said. But I know that if I've been separated from Dragonbait, he'll know to meet me there. I've been selfish. I've been caught up with my own personal needs, trying to locate my beloved wife, when the entire world has been going to shit around me. I'm going to put aside my own personal goals for now. I want to help you find the source of this death curse. I want to try and put a stop to it too. I
You don't
bid
want
you.
to track down Zandala first?
That should not be our main priority. Our main priority should be to stop this death curse. Zandala will be somewhere in the jungle. There's only so far she will get on her lonesome. And even she will fall victim to this death curse. She should be smart enough to realize that. She may be trying to stop it as well. I'm hoping that fate befalls us and our paths will cross again as we journey through this jungle. The ring will take time to manifest. It's not like we're just going to find her just swimming around in the ocean or something anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright. So,
We should meet up with the others then first.
others? What others?
Yeah, I mean, I already told you the warrior legend. You know, he's also currently staying behind.
Ah, you mentioned
Yeah.
something about that.
And we brought 2 guides with us through the jungle to guide us through the.
Oh. Well, I hope you vetted them properly. Just kidding. Well, I'm not going to brag or anything, but I'm probably the best guide you'll ever happen upon. I know these jungles well. I'll be happy to lead you.
Well, since Krabendor is dead, we don't need to actually put Hugh in charge anymore.
We go to Kirsabal now. Yes? No?
What do you know about Curse of Ball, by the way? We were told that you can gain some flight, or I don't know what you could get there.
Flight? What are you talking about? Do you have a
Yes,
way to
we-
navigate
we
this
rep-
jungle easily?
Well,
Yeah, we,
were
uh,
told by a bird person that if we go to Kalsabal, they will. Since we freed him, they have a way to give us.
I think his name was Nefar, is it?
Kakao.
Well, I guess I have pledged to stick with you all. If you believe that heading to this monastery can grant you the power of flight, then, well, heck. I'll be happy to join you along that journey. We'll have to cross by Artus Cimber. From then, we can
Again?
follow the river. It should make it an extremely easy journey. We'll head inland for a day or two, and we'll arrive at the monastery. We'll see what these Arakocra have to offer us.
Tasmaha.
Alright, so Artus Cimber joins you guys.
Right, so let's head out.
Alright, so Artus offers to navigate. Do you guys want Artus to navigate?
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
His bio is wrong. Everything is wrong about it. He's the former keeper of the Ring of the Winter.
I'm still the keeper. Alright, we need to move quick, and Artus sets a fast pace. I hope you can keep up. Alright, you guys are following the coastline at the moment, so it's very easy to navigate. Alright, you guys travel for an entire day, and you travel through the morning. The rain kind of clears up a little bit, and the sun is just kind of shining. Alright, as you're traveling through this area, it's like coastal terrain. You're actually kind of almost traveling by the beach. And as you're moving, like you're going very, very quickly, Artus quickly tries to signal for everyone to stop. Hold! Look! And he points up ahead, and sunning itself on the beachhead is a giant snapping turtle. It's a huge, majestic creature. Ah, amazing. Do you see that? These creatures are quite rare.
Are we near Snapping Turtle Bay?
No. We should keep a close eye on it. Don't get too close to it either. Distance yourself from it. It may be protective. Alright, so this creature is huge. It's about 12 feet in diameter. And yeah, it's just kind of sitting there. So you guys are heading south. Easy, easy, easy. Be very careful, Artus says. Anyone good with animals?
I pull out my mask.
Nice.
I've heard these things can move extremely quick, and it doesn't take much to guess why they got the name Snapping Turtle.
I would like to expend one charge to cast Animal Friendship.
Okay. Alright, I've got to wait for this compendium to load. Alright, Animal Friendship. So I think the turtle just makes a wisdom saving throw. Alright, you have to be within 30 feet of it, Turig. You're currently 40 feet away. So nothing happens. Alright, when you do move up closer, within 30 feet, the snapping turtle immediately leaps up from its sunning position and it just starts charging towards you with extreme speed, Turig, before you've had time to cast the spell. We're going to roll initiative. We'll determine who will react first. And it looks like Victor. Victor, what do you do?
I'll come a bit closer. I think I'll ready my action, see what Turig's going to do, and if it's aggressive towards anybody, I guess I'll throw a dart at it.
It needs to be a bit more perceivable rather than just like aggressive. It needs to be a trigger.
If it attacks Turig.
Okay.
Thanks, bud.
Hurry up! If you've got something, Turig, pull that shit out of your ass now! This turtle is so quick, it just like leaps forward lightning quick with a startling burst of speed. And Artus yells, "No! No!" And the turtle tries to snap at Turig.
So I guess it goes off.
No, those jolts can cut a man in half. Yeah, Victor, you've got your reaction first. The dart just hits its shell and bounces to the ground. Miss. And then it just snaps down on Turig for 18 points of slashing damage.
Oh shit.
Orion.
Seeing an injured Turig sends me into a rage. And then I kind of slow down and like look at Turig like I'm looking for permission to hit it. Can I?
Go for it.
All right.
That is a miss. And that is another miss. The claw just scrapes along its shell. You kind of cut through a few barnacles, a bit of algae. Tell him.
Well, this sucks. Alright, I'll try to hit it.
As a miss, the halberd just sticks into the sand.
Alright, I'll use my bonus action too. Oh wait, that was even the wrong macro.
And another
Yeah.
miss. The handle of the halberd just completely misses. It falls short.
I'll look down in shame and start walking away.
Petro.
I scream out, Turig, no! And I Eldritch Blast the turtle.
It's a miss. The beam just completely misses. Turig.
And I activate the charge on the mask.
Alright. So, alright, you put the mask on, Turig. And are you wearing it usually?
I am wearing it usually.
Okay. Alright, suddenly the eyes of the lion begin to glow. And you do an animal friendship. So the giant snapping turtle makes a wisdom saving throw against charm. What's your spell save DC? It's not a 19.
My spell save is it's 13.
Alright, the snapping turtle does begin to slightly get beguiled. You see its eyes swirl around a little bit, but then it just screeches and it managed to resist.
I disengage as a bonus action.
Are you a rogue?
No, I'm a.
So how do you disengage as a bonus action? That's a cunning action.
Nimble escape.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's right. You're the Volo's goblin. Okay. There's like two different types of goblins. I get confused. Alright, you just kind of tumble out of the way. Oh, that's right. No, there's not a different type of goblin. I was thinking of something else. Alright, I was thinking of another goblin.
Hobgoblin?
No, I was thinking of another goblin in another game is actually an ASMR. And I always say to him, like, don't you have nimble escape? Anyway, forget about it. I got confused. Victor.
Okay, okay, I'm gonna try and hit it, why not? Yeah, I'll hit it just with my spear.
That's a hit. Alright, you stab it in its gigantic 100-year-old foot, and you just kind of peel off this tattered, haggard bit of flesh.
And then I will patient defense.
Okay. Ah. The thing's just defending its territory. Let's just leave it. Or knock it over or something. If it gets on its shell, we won't be able to get back up. And Artus is just gonna move by. We've got no qualm with it. The turtle, however, has qualm with Victor. It opens its giant mouth after you stab it in the foot and attempts to chop you at disadvantage. And you can feel the force of this tremendous maw snapping down and missing you.
Cool.
Orion.
I will take Artus Cimber's advice. Can I try to roll it on its back?
Alright. Make a athletics check to knock it prone.
With advantage because rage?
Yes, you have advantage. It's quite a strong looking beast.
Double
But not strong
crit.
enough. Alright. It actually has another ability. It can make a constitution save to avoid being knocked prone as well, because it's quite a stable, large creature, so it makes a con save. And it, you kind of flip it up a little bit, Orion, but then it just slams back down on the beachhead and is not knocked prone.
Alright, I'll yell out, everybody run, I'll hold him off.
The snapping turtle just screeches again. Ah! Talon.
Alright. I keep on running away in my disappointment. And I tap on the back of Artus. Let's go, buddy. I think they got it.
Petra.
I'll move there.
Turek.
I'm gonna spend another charge of this mask and try to cast Animal Friendship.
Alright. The eyes of the lion mask gleam once more through your own eyes. And the snapping turtle
I walk.
becomes
I walk up to
docile.
it. I walk up to it and I start patting it on its head.
And the creature just starts rubbing its head against you. It looks very pleased with you now, and yeah, it's charmed by you, so it's very friendly, and it tries to welcome you into a little burrow underneath it with all of its eggs to look after you, Turek, and try and hatch you. It thinks you're one of its babies.
I say you go, me be here for little bit.
It just tries to push you down into the hole with all of its eggs. Doesn't understand what you're saying.
No, I'm talking like to Orion and Victor.
Yeah, I'm getting out of here. There's a death curse to solve.
And then I nimble escape and run away.
Alright. The giant turtle looks a little bit sad that you leave it, but it just heads back over protecting its eggs and continues sunning. And yeah, you guys press on. as you break away from the snapping turtle, you just hear the sound of the ocean. And Artus says to you all, "Damn, that was close. I mean, I've seen a couple of them before, but I didn't realize they moved that quickly. Man." Everyone
Found it
okay?
quite surprising. Tarek,
What's that?
how you feeling?
Me, it's okay.
Do you need to rest before we move on? I thought you were going to stay with that giant snapping turtle that seemed to like you that much.
They hit that beak of it hits harder than I expected.
Yeah, as I said, it can cleave a man in two. I thought Turg was done for.
Yeah,
Me
he's a
is
hardy
tough.
little
Me
goblin.
is Turek.
Yeah.
So, you're good to keep on traveling? It may be a long day. We've not even hit midday yet. Let's move
Me
on.
good. We go.
Alright, you continue traveling through the day. And Artus was not wrong. It's going to be a busy day. As you continue moving, you're just following the beach at this stage because it's just, you can't go wrong. You can't get lost. And up ahead, you start to see a lot of seaweed that's kind of seems to have been kind of pushed up against the shore. There are piles of it everywhere. And there are like little pockmarks of water around as well. Perhaps like some holes that giant crabs have created. They're just kind of completely covering the beachhead. These are lots of seaweed. It's everywhere. And there are these like brackish pools of water. And you haven't seen like so much seaweed anywhere else before. It's creating like a little obstacle almost. I mean, not an obstacle, you could easily walk over it, but it does kind of stand out as something a little bit strange. And Artus, he asks you all to stop again. Hold, 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 hold. This is strange, don't you think? Something a little bit off about this. Look at those pools of water. What do you think, Turg? Giant crabs?
I'd like to make a survival check to check it out.
Survival is like what, like that doesn't make sense. So you don't say that you want to make an ability check, you just say like what you want to do, and I'll let you know what sort of skill we need to use
Okay.
for that, because it wouldn't be survival.
Um,
It would be nature if you want to try
yeah,
and
I'd like-
see what sort of creatures
Okay.
would inhabit here.
yeah, then I'd like to make a nature check. I
Yeah.
was thinking survival,
Don't
like
try not to say like I want to do this skill and that skill. Just say what you want to do, and then I'll let you know what sort of skill you want to use. That way, it's less meta.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Yeah, it must. You think just like giant crabs, Turg? Probably giant crabs, like crab holes.
Yeah, big crap.
Huh. How big?
Big.
Should we head back? Or do you think we could sneak by them?
thinking about what I spend most of my time in the jungles, so I wouldn't know. I would. I'm gonna flip a coin real quick and see if Turg would want to sneak forward or back. Turg would want to move forward, try to sneak through.
All right. Tread carefully, everyone. And for everyone to sneak through these giant crab holes, we'll need a group stealth check. Alright, you guys are moving through the crab holes, and Victor, you're just kind of like stomping. And Talon, you're just kind of like using a halberd to just like stick into the ground in front of you. Turek, you're doing a good job of just trying to stay as quiet as possible, trying not to create too many vibrations in the ground. Your feet still sink into the wet sand a little bit. And Orion, you're just kind of plodding along. Petra, your feet are going like 3 or 4 inches into the wet sand with every step. And all in all, as you guys move past this little gauntlet of crab holes and seaweed, you've made you can move up. You're definitely not doing a very good job of staying silent. However, I mean, you can just see a couple of bubbles rising up from one of these crab holes, and you probably expect something to burst out from it. But, no. Nothing comes out from the hole, despite you guys kind of very visibly creating quite a disturbance here. And, all of a sudden, you hear a cry coming from the ocean. And there is a canoe about close to 50 feet off the coast. It's stuck on some rocks. And there is a woman, a Cholton woman, in the canoe. Help me! Please! Please! Help! 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 She cries out to you all from the canoe.
Talim, can you help her?
She's stuck on some rocks. Please! Someone! Help me! Help me!
The water sucks. Talon, can you do the flying thing? I'm not the best swimmer.
Alright. So there's somebody there, like.
Yep, a Cholton woman.
Alright.
You can see her. She's just got like a white cowl over her head. She's in there. Just.
Alright.
There she is.
I start flying. I activate the celestial stuff.
Thank you. Thank you for coming to rescue me. I am hurt.
And yeah, it is kind of hot today.
No, I am hurt. I am hurt.
Oh, you're hard. Okay, well, that's too much information. Let's just bring you back to shore, and I just bring her back.
All right, as you like grab onto her, Talum, she actually grabs onto you. Make an athletics or an acrobatics check. She grabs onto your arm with surprising strength. And, yeah, she's like hurting your wrist. And she pulls you in closer. Thank you, dear. Thank you for rescuing a poor, innocent, old lady. And suddenly, two sea hags emerge from underneath the water near the rocks. And let's take a 10-minute break now before Talum is
To get devoured.
emerged. I'll describe these sea hags in greater detail when we get back. I'll see you guys soon.
Well,
Can't you just fly away? Oh, you're grappled, aren't you?
well, yeah, they are just like humping me now, so.
It's not a bad way to go.
Reverse the grapple and fly her back to, to the what's it called?
That would take like 3 turns, by the way.
How fast is your fly speed?
Well, only 30, so. And while grappled, it's half my movement, so.
Oh, I thought it was what's it called? 60 feet.
No, it's I basically just got I can fly, but I can't fly supersonic speed.
Well, as long as you can break the grapple and fly straight up, you should be okay.
I'm probably not gonna do it today. The highest roll I have made is 4, so I'm not thinking it's gonna go higher than 4 today.
Yeah, just
No,
kick her off
see,
and fly up high.
You've already gotten all those low rolls out of the way, so now you're ready for Crit City.
Hell yeah.
No, Crit City finished when Orion rolled double crit.
It was for a good cause.
Which didn't happen.
Is it still buggy, Roll20? Or is it okay? Okay now. It says we're implementing an upgrade that should evaluate the slowdown for some users.
So, how many crits do you think I will get in those couple of turns until, I actually get an action?
You might go before them. You never know.
Well, I mean, I'm probably gonna roll natural 1 for initiative, so...
Nah, you got this.
I don't feel so confident without Ragda.
Ragda's a
You
crutch.
got this.
We don't need him. He's just a crutch. We're an adventuring party. We can do this by ourselves.
I'm like Calendar, but I'm like Calendar for Ragda. He's the leader of this group, without a doubt. He can kill Tyrannosaurus Rex single-handedly, pretty much.
He didn't do it single-handedly. We helped.
Yeah, he tanked it. I'll give you that.
Yeah, he did tank it.
Well, come on. That help was probably well. I mean, yeah, the numbers did help him in that moment, but he did mostly everything by himself. And plus, he almost pushed the statue off. A bloody statue that one-shot me.
We've got this. Hags, they shouldn't be that hard.
The more everything goes on and on, I feel more useless by the second. Just because, we fought Dick Sandella. I just got 3 HP'd literally at the beginning of the battle. After that, yeah, I couldn't even hit anything. It's like, yeah. Well, I mean, sure, I have my support properties, but jeez fucking Christ, man, this is hardcore.
You're just right now out of your element. Well, you're fine.
Well, my element usually would be tanking, but I have 13 armor class, which is quite fine. Well, we will see. I mean, I'm probably not gonna die. I mean, I have Sanctuary if I get a turn. So
All you have to do is not get dragged into the water.
oh, alright, that's the thing. Well, that's probably gonna happen. Since I'm already grappled.
Yeah, but you're gonna go first. You're gonna roll a crit to get it out of it, and then fly away.
Yeah, I will roll a crit, and they will roll a crit, and they have more athletics than me, and they still gonna pull me down.
You'll be good. Don't worry about it.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Being overly pessimistic.
You got per stuck witch there.
Alright, so as you guys have been heading down the coast to ensure that navigation goes smoothly, you've heard a cry for help while you've navigated through these crab holes. A Cholton woman stuck in a canoe. The canoe seems to be holed. A rock juts straight through its hull. As you approach Talum, you see this decrepit lady. She has a white cowl covering most of her head. The canoe itself looks greatly degraded. The wood is swollen, rotted. There are barnacles growing on the inside of the hull. Small crustaceans skitter about, and seaweed drapes the interior as well. The woman herself, however, she does not look harmed. You've activated your ASMR ability, your angelic form, and you've flown over to grab her. And in a shocking revelation, she's in fact grabbed you. As she clings onto your arm, it hurts. She has an enormous strength, giving her a slight build. She looks like an old lady. And she smiles at you and cackles through her swollen gums, black and yellow teeth.
Oh, you're such a dear! Coming to rescue an old lady?
And these two masses that look like seaweed rise up out of the water. In fact, they are the hair of two other sea hags. The hags that you witness are so horrifying that their appearance makes you sick. Their faces are disfigured, disformed. Their bodies are skeletally thin. They have long claws, and they take on this horrific appearance. It's their eyes that really makes them disturbing to look at. Throughout their disfigured appearance, their eyes are kind of sunken into their skull, but they have this kind of like doll-like appearance. They're unblinking, without eyelids, and they're kind of just staring at you. They literally look like the button eyes of a doll have been stuck onto this withered crone. And there is a coven of sea hags. Blister Yeast Crutch, Barnacle Kenklesaw, and Puss Suckwitch.
Those are three of the best names ever.
You're such a dear!
One of them says, and roll initiative. Did the API crash after rolling the first initiative? It looks like it.
Manually do it?
Oh no, it'll still be quicker to start the API. It's just, yeah. There are a lot of issues with Roll20 today. It might even just be lagging. Nope, the scripts went down. It'll just be a second.
Would Fantasy Battlegrounds have issues with, or would it be?
I don't know. I don't use Fantasy Grounds. I've never used
No,
it.
I've never used it, but I know it's an installed program, isn't it?
They still have servers. So the servers are being overloaded. Oh, the scripts are going down again. Okay. Yeah, this is a Roll20 problem. Okay. I'm just gonna take everyone off the initiative. I'm just gonna completely clear the turn order. We'll just roll manually. Everyone just make sure you have your token selected and then roll initiative. I'll have to actually like click the turn order thing, don't I?
I like that, you know, 5 that I got before.
And Tariq? Tariq? Hello? Is he not here?
Might be an extended break.
Alright, well, he'll be caught in seaweed then, because I'm not going to control this character. Because I don't want to have him killed and then he didn't have any choice in the matter of him getting killed. So, yeah. He won't be a part of this encounter until he gets back then. Okay, I still need to roll for Blister Yeast Crutch. Alright. So, Blister Yeast Crutch, the Cholton woman, she is going to actually just dig that claw into your hand, try and make you bleed, to tell him. And as she grabs your hand, these claws, these nails just pierce into your arm, and blood starts to roll down your arm. It stings. You take 10 slashing damage. Blister yells out,
Sisters, aunties, cousins, don't stray too far. We need the coven. Capture as many of them on the beach as you can, Barnacle. Yes, of course, sister.
And the sea hag starts wading through the ocean closer to the shoreline and waves at you with these disgusting claws.
Yoo-hoo! Help me, help me, help me!
And kind of taunts you guys. And points her finger directly at Victor. And she begins to cast a spell. A bolt of lightning just begins to form in her finger, at the tip of her finger. She's going to do a lightning bolt.
Doesn't sound particularly nice.
Maybe she'll move up a little bit. Maybe she won't get both of you, actually. She's going to move a little bit more. Here we go. So yeah, she just sends a lightning bolt streaking straight across the beachhead. It just cuts through seaweed, and both of you need to make a dexterity save.
Advantage.
And again, I have to like roll these all manually because of the Roll20 issue, so it's just 8. It's only 8d6 lightning damage.
Oh, great.
Only.
Alright,
Where's
Victor,
the fireball?
you jump to the side, and the lightning bolt only gets you with a couple of arcs for 15 lightning damage. Orion, it hits you straight in the chest for 31 points of lightning damage.
I have advantage from
Oh, yeah, that's right. Danger Sense allows you to roll out of the way instead, and it only just gets you with a couple of arcs for 15 lightning damage. And that's the end of Barnacle Kenklesaw's turn. Tell him.
Alright, athletics check to escape the grapple. Oh, wow.
Alright, you just, you just like kick her in the face and knock her back into the canoe. You're no longer grappled.
Who the hell predicted that shit? because... Oh, Peter did. Peter's just like, yeah, you're gonna roll a natural 20 for this. By the way, I'm 10 feet above the... I should be 10 feet, so is he also in my range? Is like 5 feet above, or...
Well, if you're grabbing someone, you need to be within 5 feet, so you're just like 5 feet above the water.
There's no way she's in the water in the canoe, right?
Oh, the canoe? Oh, it's like a few feet above the ocean, but the ocean's not just a flat plane either. There's waves crashing up against it. You're like a few feet above the waterline.
So if I go away, I provoke from both, right?
Yep, they're both within 5 feet of you at the moment.
Alright, I'm gonna use Sanctuary on myself and...
Alright, another thing, tell them. Alright. These hags, they have a horrific appearance. They are absolutely, this one at least does. The other one doesn't have this. So you actually have to either avert your gaze and not look at the hags, or look at them and make a wisdom save.
I don't give a shit. I'm not looking at them. I'm trying to get the fuck out of there.
Okay. Alright, you avert your gaze. And you can't see the hags for the rest of this turn. Alright, you cast Sanctuary on yourself. Or you can't see this hag at least, or this one. Alright, Sanctuary goes on and this kind of like a halo appears above you.
Yeah, full angel mode. Alright. La 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 la. 30 feet above the ground. And
All right,
hopefully not
both
die.
hags try to attack you with a claw as you. Also, Turig, I just put you in initiative now. All right, so Puss Suckwitch will try to claw at you. Get back here! And they have advantage because you can't see them at first. Well, she does at least. First, she's going to make a wisdom save. And you're going to see her arm being held back by an invisible force. And then Blister Yeast Crutch also tries to claw at you. And, I need to make a wisdom save first. She catches you for 10 points of slashing damage. She managed to break through the sanctuary.
Actually, I'm gonna be like 10 feet above the ground, and I'm gonna stand there.
Okay, you're flying 10 feet above the ocean.
Now only to remember my feet.
Damn! Watch out! It's a coven! They're extremely dangerous. Try to eliminate one of them. God damn, they're even uglier than my mother-in-law. And he's gonna start shooting at Barnacle Kinklesaw.
I hope you didn't use that one on your wife as well.
That is a miss. The first arrow narrowly misses Barnacle Kinklesaw as they're emerging from the ocean. Or they're actually swimming at the moment. They're... I won't consider them underwater because they're kind of above the surface. Because usually like this longbow would be at disadvantage otherwise. Alright, that's a hit. And the arrow just breaks off a few blistering barnacles from Barnacle Kinklesaw. And the damage will probably appear like within the next 24 hours hopefully. And the next arrow hits the hag as well, and she takes a couple of slight injuries. Get back! Spread out! Don't stand in the line! Petra.
I will move there, and I will Eldritch Blast Barnacle.
That's a direct hit. An Eldritch Blast flies over, slams into her in the water, and knocks her back a little bit. She just roars out in agony. Ah! You bitch! She calls out. Blister yells out,
Close the gap. Don't let any of them escape. I'll deal with the flying one. You get that spellcasting bitch over there, Puss. Yes, of course, Auntie Yeast Crutch.
The hag starts wading through the water. And
when she gets there, I'm gonna use my reaction to attack.
okay. Use Polearm Master and attack her. And that hits her. The blade of the halberd glows with radiant energy, and you slash her across her arm. And instead of pointing at, she points her finger out at Petra, and as you slash her, she instead points it up at you, Talon. And she's going to shoot a lightning bolt in your face. Make a dexterity save.
Oh, you shouldn't have done that.
And as you slash her as well, she's got all these like blisters on her skin, and like you kind of pop a couple, and this like oozy green pus starts to flow out and drizzle in the ocean. And she hits you for 25 points of lightning damage. And when the lightning bolt hits you, you splash into the ocean, and you're just being kind of tossed around the waves. I think your radiant form also It goes down when you're incapacitated. So
I'll post it in the chat.
you guys see Talon just dive down, splash in the water. You don't take any falling damage because it's just water, and you were only 10 feet.
It doesn't say so.
Okay. All right. So you guys can still see this kind of yellow, like bright glowing angelic form with these angelic wings kind of washing around in the ocean. And that's the end of... actually, let me just see. Yeah, Puss is going to move just a little bit closer.
She can't because of full line master now.
No, that's Sentinel.
That's Sentinel, yeah.
Sentinel.
I need both the feats to get that feature.
Okay.
Turek.
So I'm going to cast Moonbeam on the one that was shot by.
Alright, when you cast a spell, Barnacle will counterspell you. She just cuts her hand through the air, and your spell was counterspelled. So you still actually use the spell slot, but the spell fails to go off.
Nice try. Your magic won't work on us.
And I think I will take a couple steps this way.
Orion.
I will move to here and rage and grow a jaws this time, and then shoot her in the face, the injured one.
That is a miss. The arrow just glances right on by Barnacle Kinklesaw, missing her barnacles and her Kinklesaws. Victor.
Can I see Talon popping about in the water?
Yeah, he's just kind of he's kind of near the shallows. We've got a line of sight on him.
I'll just say, awake! Healing word on him. Oh, for what? Why is it only one? It should be plus my mod.
It says
Don't know why
plus
it's not
Nan.
happening. Oh, because my wisdom's it hasn't got a box around it for some reason, so it's plus 3.
Plus Nan bread. Throw a Nan bread at him.
Throw a Nan bread at him. That'll wake him up. So it's 4 in total.
Let's see what's going on here. Oh, yeah, don't set it to spell. Set it to...
I didn't do that.
Okay, well, I was talking to the creators of Roll20. Roll20, don't set it to spell. Set it to wisdom.
Plus my wisdom's...
my HP as Nan.
My wisdom's missing its box for some reason. I don't know what's going on with it.
It's fixed now. So what, you get 4 healing, tell him. And yeah, tell him you're like on your turn you'll be able to like put your head above water so you're not just like drowning as well. Which will be nice. I fixed that for you, Victor. It'll roll properly next time.
Yeah? Okay. So I don't have a box for my wisdom. It's just completely... I can't even collect it. Oh. Anyway.
It's
so
fixed.
then I'll throw a dart at the injured. I lost that
So
dart.
miss. The dart just splashes in the ocean.
And then I'm gonna get away, I think.
Alright, Blister Yeast Crunch starts to kind of gurgle a little bit. And she just vomits black seawater all into the interior of the canoe. Ah! She claws at her face and she claws through her cowl and into her skin. She like digs her claws into her cheeks and like peels the flesh away from her face as if she's flaying herself. Ah! And she undergoes this horrific transformation. And she's the the most horrid looking sea hag of the lot, as she uses her action to transform into her real form.
Yeah, because she's looking on the left while the rest are looking on the right.
Help me! Help me!
She says, and she just like jumps into the water and chuckles and swims straight up here, poking her head out of the water. She's almost standing at the stage. Artus just yells at you, Orion. Oh my goodness. I told you not to stand in a line, Orion. This sea hag chuckles. And she bursts out of the water, points her finger at you, and just sends a lightning bolt straight on an angle at Orion and Artus. And it's a bigger lightning bolt than the last ones that you've seen. Make a dexterity save, Orion. Alright, this lightning bolt just cuts through the ocean, cuts through the sand. It just incinerates all of the seaweed, and there's this big black line cut along the beach. It slams into you, Orion, almost knocks you over, and then explodes past you, slamming into Artus's chest, and then continues up the shoreline for 100 feet before slamming into a rock wall, and you both take 28 lightning damage.
These things aren't messing about.
Ow.
Tell him. You're kind of underwater, but you can, you're also up, like, you're laying down, so you can right yourself and burst your head above water and take a breath.
Alright, I do that. I use my action to disengage.
Alright, you're swimming at the moment, so half movement speed while you're in the water.
Okay, so I fly 10 feet up in the air with what I have left. And
you've got
there.
15 feet. You've got 5 more feet if you want.
Oh, well.
Half is 15.
But I'm still 10 feet above.
Okay.
Because, yeah, I kind of want to hit some of them at least. Oh, wait, I'm going to be here then. Alright, perfect.
Focus them down! And he points at that one. And he also just takes a step to the side. And for the love of God, do not stand in a straight line!
You understand that any 2 points make a line, right?
God.
Anywhere we stand will be in a line.
No! Are you not seeing this grid pattern in your mind? God damn it! Get out of my way, Orion! And you actually block his attack that misses because of cover. And then he jumps to the side a bit more and he takes a second shot at Barnacle. And that misses. He takes another arrow. Focus your attacks! And lets loose another arrow, a third one, at Barnacle Canklesaw. And man, I'm clicking it. It's just taking forever to load. Maybe I need to click it again. That is a hit.
There's doing an update, so...
Yeah. Roll20 is just being shit today. It's kind of messed me up a bit too. Alright, well, hopefully that damage will appear sometime within the next day or two. So I'll just add it on, but that third attack is a hit. There we go, 5 damage. Alright, out of the 3 hags, this one actually looks hurt now. Petra.
Within the next day.
So I will move there, and again, I will do a Eldritch Blast.
That's a hit. it slams straight into her, knocking her back slightly, but just knocks off a barnacle or two.
Ah, come back here! You think you can outrun us? You think you're so lovely and pretty? Well, you're not going to have any flesh left on your face, woman, after we rip it off and put it in our stew.
Meanwhile, Pus Suckwitch is going to swim closer and
Provokes.
you're not looking at her, so you'll be at disadvantage. You can't attack her. You're averting, right?
Well, I was averting. Okay, then I'm gonna try not to avert.
Well, you've already averted your eyes. You never said that you were going to look at her again. Otherwise, you would have had to make a wisdom save last turn.
Alright, sure, I'm gonna then do that next turn, I suppose.
Sure. Alright, just let me know if you decide to look at them again, and then you have to do that at the start of your turn. Alright.
Okay.
Because otherwise, if you look at their horrific appearance, then you have to make a wisdom save. She's actually going to look at you though, Talon, and you need to make a wisdom save now. She glares at you. Actually, it's only supposed to be if you're frightened. All right, it doesn't have any effect on you. She does sort of glare up at you, and she just yells up at you.
What's the matter? Are you scared to look at me? I'm so fugly. Come and take a look.
And then she's going to clamber up onto the beach edge. She emerges from the water, and her entire form is beholden for everyone to see. Alright, Turig, they're close enough to you now that their horrific appearance is affecting you. You can choose to either look at them and make a wisdom save, or avert your eyes.
One of these days. There it is.
Alright, you just stare down Barnacle Canklesaw. You see all these disgusting, blistering, open wounds, oozing black pus all over her skeletal body. There is like little worms crawling around, pockmarks of her blistered flesh, maggots, and there's like crustaceans living on her back. And she's not wearing any clothing either.
I am going to turn into a Dionychus.
Alright, use your bonus action to wild shape.
I'm gonna run back 10 feet, then charge forward. And I'm gonna take my 2 attacks.
That is a miss. The claw kind of just bounces off of her. And the second attack hits.
Make a DC 12 saving throw.
Strength saving throw?
Yes.
Okay. You jump on her and try to knock her to the ground. Alright, you do. You land on her, you slash into her flesh, and you knock her prone.
That's my bonus bite.
Alright, you already used your bonus action.
Oh, is it a bonus action?
When you
Oh,
wild
yeah.
shaped, right? You use your bonus action.
Okay, yeah. Never mind. So I don't get that. But that is my third attack.
Okay. You bite into her, that is a hit. And you just chomp onto her arm and she just screeches, "Ah, you little thing, get off of me!" Orion.
Do I know if this spot is like something I can stand on?
Yeah, you can go like 1 square into the water and still be standing.
Okay. Then I'll move here and I will attack with my. With a bonus action, I'll shift. And then I'll bite her.
She, as she's laying on the ground, she just spread eagle.
Oh, I love a hairy man. Come here.
And you slash into her.
Oh, I like it rough. Yes.
You bite into her.
Bite me,
She says.
I don't like that.
Perhaps I'll bite back.
I heal my con mod, so I heal for 3 on that if that hits.
Yep, you did. You hit her.
Okay.
Victor.
So the injured one's on the ground. That's not really helping me. I think I'm going to cast resistance on myself.
Oh dear, there's plenty of room for you too.
Alright, when you cast a spell, she counterspells you.
Does she?
She spins around. Yeah.
On the ground, like breakdancing.
She spins and faces you, spread eagle. And oh yeah, I forgot. You guys are supposed to make wisdom saves at the start of your turn as well against. Well, Orion, you were supposed to.
Yeah.
You should just do it now, but I did forget to tell you. All right, you actually be frightened now, but I mean you've already moved and done your attack, so don't worry about it now. But you are frightened. All right, so yeah, she counterspells you, Victor. She doesn't know what you're casting, so she just counterspells you. She doesn't know it's
I don't know if
like a cantrip
I
or
don't know
whatever.
if that's a spell slot she's using or if it's a natural thing she does. Okay, so I feel it's time to move.
Well, she does.
Is this-
She casts a spell. She does the somatic components, and she has to like hold up her hand and try and create a knot in the weave.
Is this forest I'm in now?
It's yeah. There's like the start of the jungle. There's some mangroves and stuff around there. It would be difficult terrain, and then there's like a bit of a cliff face, 10-20 feet. All right, Blister Yeast Crunch just yells at Barnacle.
Barnacle, you're being reckless. You're going to break the coven.
And she's going to actually death glare you, Orion. Orion, make a wisdom saving throw. Her doll-like eyes, she comes straight up to you and just stares at you. Like point blank, she like spins you around.
Ah!
And like screeches in your face, but it doesn't do anything to you.
Oof.
Alright, Barnacle Kenklesaw, then she just like leaps to her feet with this supernatural strength.
I'm in danger. Let me fix that.
And she's going to cast a spell. And she transforms. And this is where Roll20's lack of compendium working for me is not going to work. Because she casts polymorph on herself. So she's going to transform into a beast. And I'll just take a look which one it's going to be. So before, when I was trying, I couldn't actually take any tokens from the compendium. Alright, she polymorphs herself into a Stegosaurus. A giant, spiny-backed dinosaur. She just enlarges, and this massive dino just starts to tower above Turig and Orion. If the Stegosaurus appears. Oh look, it's already in the actual campaign, so it should appear on the map. Do you guys see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
Yep.
2 of them.
Okay, I can't see it yet. It's not showed up for me. Alright, so that's what she does anyway. She casts Polymorph. Yeah, I dragged another one on. There we go. Alright, so this thing is huge, so it can occupy your spaces. And yeah, it's got tough looking flesh. And it's got a big spiny frill lining its back. It probably weighs about a ton or a couple of ton. Very heavy built. Like the spines on its back are look like heavy looking plates, and it has a massive spiked tail as well, which looks quite dangerous. I'm just gonna add her to the initiative. On initiative count 20.
How are we supposed to kill that thing?
That was her action. Tell him.
I think go with hitting it really hard is a good solution.
Alright, time to look at these bitches.
Okay. Alright, here's a handout for Stegosaurus as well, so you can marvel at it. Alright, tell him you resist their horrific appearance.
Alright. Time to poke the puss a little bit.
Alright, you stab her straight in the pus. And this like briny wound, like this lesion just bursts open and passes all of this disgusting pus over the beachhead.
And now I'm gonna bump the puss.
Direct hit. And you just stab it into her side. The handle of your halberd actually like pierces like an inch into her flesh. It's all rotten and decayed.
Which, like, where was this puss trying to go?
Wherever she wants. She was moving off of her last movement was towards this direction. She moved from west to east. But she could move anywhere. You can't tell.
Yeah, alright. Actually, how big of a reach does this thing have?
You could move up to it and then move away to find out.
Yeah. Sounds like a great idea. Alright, I'm just gonna fly here.
This creature as well, it's about 17 feet tall on all fours. It's huge. Alright, Artus just yells, "Oh, shit. Well, there goes the plan of focusing on one of them. Focus on this one next!" And he's gonna take Bookmark and just throw it at her. And, oh shit, just splashes into the water. He should make a wisdom save. He's forgetting that. Alright, he is frightened. He kind of turns his head. Ah! I can't look at it! And then Bookmark kind of is stuck straight into the actual ground, like the sand as well. It's not going anywhere. And then he's just gonna, he can't move any closer. So he was intending to like run up and grab it. So he's just gonna fire his longbow. And that misses. And that misses. He's kind of like not even looking at the hag as he's firing. Petra.
Okay, so I am going to Scorching Ray, the one that he mentioned. That one.
When you do your attacks, you have to do them one at a time. Just like now, she might want to counterspell you after seeing your attack rolls or something like that, if you know what I mean. Or like she may know to shield or something.
I meant to. Yeah, I meant to press it once, but.
Okay, yeah, roll 20 is being rolled 20. Alright, the first two beams fly on by her, and that third one slams straight into her. It slams into her, knocks her back, and some of the pussy warts on her flesh begin to boil and pop everywhere.
I will then move. Let's see. I can't move farther away than that. And I will end my turn.
You can go 5 feet. You can move 5 feet south more.
I'll go 5 feet south.
Okay.
The map doesn't let me right now.
Yeah, doesn't mean you can't move though. It's just the map's just trying to show what we have. It doesn't limit how far you can move though. I'll extend the map out.
Backup's arrived.
Look at that. Ta-da. Okay. Puss's turn. She is also kind of hurt. So she's going to cast a spell on herself. And she's going to turn to a Stegosaurus too.
This is the worst fight ever.
She transforms into this gigantic beast. And Stegosaurus just lets out a loud screech. Turek.
I am going to bonus action revert back into a
By the way,
Turek,
about
make
my
a wisdom.
reaction-
Oh, okay, wait, one thing at a time. Alright, firstly, what's your query? Tell him.
Well, I wanted to ask if, transforming into something that would be in my range would provoke, the attack of opportunity.
That's if she moves into your range. Increasing in size isn't moving.
Alright, that's it.
Alright, Turig. So yeah, there is one decrepit hag in your range. Alright, you make the wisdom save, so you're fine. You don't get frightened.
I'm gonna revert back to goblin form. And eyes on my mask are gonna start glowing. I'm casting animal friendship.
Ooh. Let's roll the dice.
Alright. Cast animal friendship on the polymorphed hag. Alright, I gotta check something here.
I don't know if I've ever seen that before. That's really interesting.
I'm gonna make sure it's gonna work first. Alright, the spell fails. It doesn't work on her, Turek. Oh wait. Sorry, one sec.
She becomes a beast.
Yeah, but
Or
there's...
turns them into a beast.
Sorry, I got her intelligence score mixed up. I just gotta check one more thing, actually. She is a dinosaur, but there are other things going on as well. Let me just check one more thing.
And it wouldn't be a spell because it's a magic item.
It's a spell. Animal friendship is a spell.
It's a spell from a magical item. It's not me casting.
Yeah, it is.
The magic item allows you to cast
Yeah.
a spell.
Alright, when you do cast a spell, she will counterspell you.
Okay, so that's not a spell slot used then.
You don't use... No, you're not using spell slots. You're using the mask.
Yeah.
It lets you
I
cast
know.
animal
Charge is
friendship
extended.
spell as an action.
Okay.
When you use a magic item, it allows you to cast a spell. You're still casting a spell. It doesn't
Okay.
make it not a
Well, I
spell
was-
for some reason.
I thought it was just a magical effect of the mask. Alright, that's fine.
And Blister, she yells out to the dinosaurs.
Hurry up! The covered pool is growing weak!
Alright, Orion, you are frightened. So, your attack roll will be at disadvantage, and you can't move any closer to... Actually, you can need to make another wisdom save again, unless you are averting a gaze, firstly.
Well, if I can still attack if I'm averting my gaze. I just have disadvantage.
Yes, which you have disadvantage anyway, but you still
Yeah.
need to decide whether you're going to avert or not.
I will avert my gaze and attack recklessly. Would that make it a straight roll?
Yeah,
I will do that.
okay.
So reckless attack on the bite here. On the Stegosaurus.
Alright, you chomp straight into it. And it's got very hard flesh, but you pierce into it easily with your maw. At the end of your turn, you get to repeat your saving throw. You're still frightened. Victor.
Okay, okay, I'll move forward one square. I'll throw a normal dart at it.
At this one?
Yeah, the Stegosaurus. It's concentrating on polymorph, is that right?
Yeah. That's a hit. Alright, the dart flies over and pierces into the Stegosaurus's side. And it shrinks back down into the hag. No! You see it shrink and shrink and shrink and...
Okay. You said this is did you say 10-foot drop?
There's mangroves, and then there is about a 20-foot high rock, jagged cliff face leading up into the jungle. Moving through it would be difficult terrain.
So it's 5, 10, 15, 25. That's about as far as I can get, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, if you're going up that way, and you'll be out of movement.
Right, let me just yeah, I think that's it. Okay, I'm done.
Alright, Blister just yells,
You stupid idiot! Barnacle! The pool is almost empty! What have you done? I'll take care of this myself.
and she's gonna let out a spell.
Ah!
She just runs forward, climbing up onto the beachhead, and she just roars. She just lets out this enormous screech. And
So Ryan get opportunity attack?
opportunity attacks require sight. And let me see. Okay. She holds up her hands and just yells,
By the power of the coven! Everybody just freeze!
and Turig, Orion, Talum, Artus, and Petra, I need each of you to make a wisdom saving throw.
How far is that south?
You don't know. You're not sure what she's casting. You could use your reaction to make an Arcana check if you like, to try and identify the spell, Petra.
Yes, I would.
Okay. She's casting Hold Person. She's got a 60-foot range. And she must be doing it, well, at a very high level to affect this many people. Alright, Talum, you resist. Turig, you become paralyzed. You feel a invisible force bear down upon you, seizing up all movement. Orion, you also become paralyzed. That also makes you incapacitated, so your rage drops. Talum, you resist. I think I already said that. And Petra, you resist. And Artus is going to make a wisdom save. He resists. The hag's is breathing really heavily.
Now hurry up and finish the job.
Alright, Barnacle says,
My pleasure.
and is going to gonna run at Turig and jump on him and try and claw at him. And she misses. She trips up in the sand. Talum.
I know this thing has a tail, so I'm not gonna move.
Oh, I just realized
But
Kieran's here. Artie.
Yes.
Alright, we're in the middle of a fight with some hags. Like, I didn't really see your character art or name or any backstory, so I'm not really sure how to introduce your character, to be honest. But it might be better to wait till the end of this fight for that. We're not too far off the fight finishing. Alright, so tell him, yeah, this thing has a long tail. It could easily reach you, judging from its size.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That 4 HP. Everything got so freaking complicated. Well, I'm gonna risk it, I suppose. I cast Sanctuary on myself and try to move out of its reach.
Alright, the Stegosaurus will try to attack you. This massive spiked tail freezes.
Phew.
And it has to choose a new target. How will that work?
But that wouldn't work, I think, because he didn't leave his reach. He's not a viable target for opportunity attack.
Oh no, it says it can choose a new target, so it's going to choose Artus instead. So yeah, it has to choose a new target, so that's what it will. It'll choose Artus. And instead, that tail just flicks around poof, and slams into Artus's side.
Ow. My bad.
He's doing alright. I mean, he's got a few cuts on him and whatnot, but he doesn't look terribly injured.
I'm okay. I just think I broke a couple of ribs.
Alright, I'll attack the blistering yeast crutch. Oh.
Alright, yeah, trying to dodge out of the way of that enormous tail swing as well as it's like kind of glanced off of Sanctuary, causes you to stumble forward and you miss. Alright, you swing around the handle and you go for Blister?
It's 9 damage. I'm for Blister because she's concentrating on the.
Alright, she's got half cover against this attack, and you hit her. The handle of the halberd just smacks her across the face.
It's 9 damage.
And
because
okay,
because it's once per round I can use the radiant damage buff since the first one didn't hit.
Alright, the force of that hitting her across the face causes her to drop concentration, and everyone who was paralyzed, you go from being kind of declined into your mind to back to be able to use your body again.
Alright, mission accomplished, and I fly straight up. How much feet I got? 15 feet up in the air, so now I'm 25.
Alright, Artus is gonna actually tumble through the Stegosaurus and pick up Bookmark. Then he's gonna step 5 feet away from Puss Suckwitch and just now I got you, bitch, he yells out, and he throws Bookmark again. Direct hit. And the dagger just hits her in the neck, and she grabs onto her neck. Black blood spurts out everywhere. No! And the other hag, Blister yells out, "No! The common! What have you done?" And Barnacle just collapses to the ground, just blood spurting out everywhere. Ha 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 ha. Suck it, bitch. And then he he's still got his longbow in one hand all the while, and then he just starts knocking arrows and firing them at the other hag. Both arrows miss. Petra.
I'm gonna move 30 more feet downwards.
Okay. Alright, you'll be 20 feet south of this map.
And I am going to scorching ray into the. I'm gonna put 2 into this one and then 1 into the stega.
Okay, you don't have to declare your targets before using the spell. You just select the target and then fire, and then select the target and fire. You just can't break up your movement in between them. That's all.
Okay, no problem. I'm gonna do scorching ray then. First one at the closest hag.
Okay, because you may miss or something. You may want to change that initial. Anything could happen in between your attack, to change up what you originally wanted to do. All right, that is a hit. All right, the scorching ray just kind of glances there and frazzles some of her hair.
Second one into her as well.
Man, that hits. Direct hit. Lick of flame erupts as it burns off and melts away all of her blisters and yeast.
And then the last one at the stick.
That also hits. And you direct hit into the broad side of this Stegosaurus. It creates a small scorch, but it does not knock out the concentration.
Damn, and that was what I was hoping for. Yeah, I moved my full, so I'm.
Alright, this thing's tail just immediately swipes at Artus after seeing him kill one of the other hags. And it slams straight into his back. Oh! He's covered in cuts. He's got blood streaming down his face. He stumbles forward a little bit. He almost falls into the water from the enormous blow. And then the Stegosaurus just stomps on over here.
Alright, I'll use my reaction to hit it since it's 17 feet tall and I'm 25 in the air.
It takes up, it's huge, so it takes up 3 by 3. That hits,
Nice.
and you just drive the polearm straight down towards its neck. The radiant energy sears through its flesh, and it just screeches at you. Alright, Turek, you'll need to make a wisdom save. Actually, you already made it, right? Alright, you don't bother by it anymore. The horrific appearance.
Okay, I am going to cast Moon.
Alright, the hag attempts to counterspell you, and she kind of swipes her hand in the air a couple of times. What? No! It can't be! The coven has been broken! And she doesn't have any magic left. Alright, you cast Moonbeam. Alright, you're gonna put it there. Big column of radiant energy, just 30 feet high, just zaps down on her. And at the start of her turn, she'll make a con save for that damage. She starts screaming as it melts away. Her flesh becomes blistered and yeasty. Even more than it already is. Alright, Orion, you're actually still frightened.
Okay. I will bite the Stegosaurus. Do I have to make a wisdom save?
You do.
At the start of my turn? Okay.
Okay, you're not frightened from this one. So you're just frightened at the moment.
Okay. I will bite the Stegosaurus normally, not reckless.
Okay, you'll be at disadvantage. So you're trying not to look at the hag. And to miss. Just chomp short. Victor.
Okay, I throw a dart at this one.
That's a hit.
I clicked it, but nothing's happening. Just wait a second. I'll click it again just in case.
He just throws a dart like a throwing dagger. And it sticks into her neck. Black blood starts to spurt out everywhere. It's just a 16, right? No divine favor.
Yeah, no, because I'm saving my last spell slot.
Okay. And yeah, she's looking hurt now. She starts to stagger down to the ground. And she makes a con save for that moonbeam. And
At disadvantage, I believe, because she's a shapeshifter.
she's not a shapeshifter. She's a fae. She doesn't
Just
have
on that one.
She doesn't have the shapeshifter. The shapeshifter is a tag that they have on their type.
Okay.
She's not included.
Yeah.
That would be like werewolves or something like that.
Would it work on a polymorph?
The shapeshifter is a tag that certain creatures have. Polymorph doesn't just give you the shapeshifter tag.
So do you want me to roll damage again, or are you gonna
Nope.
take that 6 from above?
You've already rolled the first damage. Alright, she makes a saving throw. She resists. And she's going to jump out of that moonbeam. And she just jumps on you, Turig, and tries to claw at you. And she drives the claws into you for 8 points of slashing damage. You feel this, these haggard claws kind of scrape against you. And she runs back into the water Should provoke an opportunity attack if you have a melee weapon out.
I do.
She has out.
Puss! We've been outmatched! Time to get away!
You take a swing with the club. The club attack falls short. That's the end of her turn. Talon.
I fly 10 feet above and attack the blister yeast.
She's trying to like pretty much swim away at this stage.
No! No!
She turns around to look up at you as you fly up at her or fly down at her, and you just impale her straight through the back with the halberd. And she just lets out a demented roar as she just starts bubbling in the ocean.
I fly. Yeah, back there, whatever, and just bump her.
And that hits. You just whack the Stegosaurus straight over the face.
That was my bonus action, right?
Alright, Artus is going to tumble around Puss Suckwitch, and he skirts around. He leans down and he just rips a bookmark out of this hag's neck, spins it around in his hand a couple of times. I'll be taking this back. And then he spins around and he just starts like doing all these wicked slashes at the Stegosaurus with astonishing speed and accuracy. He just cuts ribbons through it and slashes it only once. Well, that didn't work as planned. Is it too late to apologize? Petra.
So I'm right now 80 feet away from the dino, right?
Yeah. You're 80 feet away.
Can't do anything while she's like that, so I'm going to Eldritch Blast.
Direct hit. The beam just glances one of its plate-like frills that jut out of its back. Puss Suckwitch is going to swing its tail at you, Talon. And it just knocks you out of the air. And you fall 10 feet. You hit the ground and fail a death saving throw for falling 10 feet.
Cool.
You hit the ground kind of hard and awkwardly there.
Turek. I'm going to spend my action to move the moonbeam on top of the Stegosaurus.
Alright, you shift this column of radiant energy straight over. It just phases over, and when it sits there for a brief moment, it really starts to melt through the Stegosaurus's flesh.
And I move there.
Orion, you're still frightened.
Wisdom save?
No, they're dead now.
Okay.
You don't have to make it when they're dead, but you're still frightened though. Until you can... Oh, did you make a wisdom save at the end of the last turn? I don't think so. You should make one. You're supposed to make it at the end of every turn. You're still frightened.
Is he frightened by this one or the dead one?
No, well, you're frightened by... It was this one. So killing her doesn't end the frightened effect. It does allow you to repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn, though. Before you couldn't do that.
Gotcha. I'll take a chance and recklessly attack with my bite.
11 is a miss.
Alrighty.
Victor.
Okay, I'll healing word on Talon. Just say, Talon! Stop it! Stop falling down!
Just let me die.
Then I launch a dart into this Stegosaurus's eye. He said it doesn't have any eyelids.
Okay. Alright, you aim at one of its giant plate-like frills and try to prevent it from absorbing the solar energy. Direct hit. And it definitely doesn't have eyelids now. For some reason. The Stegosaurus is looking seriously hurt. Alright, tell him you open your eyes, you're submerged in water. As an instinct, you just kind of put your head above water. Or I don't know, maybe you've lost that instinct. Like, you know, the will to live.
Oh, no, I just give up on life and just keep on drowning myself. No, I fly up and start chipping away.
That's a hit. You swing the halberd around and you slash with radiant energy straight through pus. And Suckwitch shrinks down into this space as the spell is broken.
Alright, 10 feet up and...
That's a mess.
Well, I wanted to say, gotcha bitch, but then...
Alright, Artus takes Bookmark and he skirts around the moonbeam. He does like a bit of an army roll, tumbles forward, jumps up and says, "Gotcha, bitch!" And he stabs at Pus. Direct hit. And he attacks again. And he slashes her again across the neck. Blood is churning out of her. He takes Bookmark, he throws it up in the air, he spins around, catches it, and as he catches it, he embeds Bookmark straight into her neck. He steps back and marvels as she chokes to death on her own blood and says, "Ha! I've got that page saved for later." Hey! Turns around, looks at all of you.
I get you.
So bad, but really cool.
Are you
so
sure
torn.
you weren't her father? Because that was a serious dad joke.
I've got many kids. Too many to keep track of. Now, where were we? Oh yeah. Watch out for crabs.
I think crabs are the least of our problems at this point.
Hey, Talon, you're still flying, right?
Nah.
You're not flying anymore?
Well, what? You can make it fast because soon I won't.
Just double check that boat over there. Maybe they left something cool inside. It went really well last time when you flew over to that boat alone.
Alright. Oh. Who the fuck are you? Oh, we got another hag.
Kill it with fire.
I attack.
Alright. So, after the fight with the hags, you guys just kind of look around, make sure no one's seriously injured. Some people are pretty badly hurt, and the sun is peering high overhead. You can feel this oppressive heat of the jungle and the humidity just, you know, sweltering here. Even standing right next to the ocean, like, the water is warm, like, the water is hot. It does little to cool you off. But everyone's still standing, everyone's still alive. Now, Talum, you head back over to the canoe to see if the hags had any treasure. And roll me 3d100. As you take a closer look, the stern of the canoe has this big, massive seaweed piled up almost like a seaweed cocoon. And something twitches from within the cocoon. Something is moving.
Face hugger.
What do you do? Do you instinctually stab into it? Or do you uncover the seaweed to see what lies within?
Can I cut the seaweed 10 feet away with the halberd?
Alright, you just gently slice with the halberd through the seaweed. It's very soft. And the seaweed kind of falls away. And there's a little gnome hidden underneath the seaweed.
I knew it. I knew Hugh was always right. It is gnome, not gnome.
No, it's gnome.
Yeah, you see this unconscious gnome trapped in the seaweed, perhaps captured by the hags as they were saving it to eat soon. And along with that, there is like a heap of gear. There's like a backpack, and there's some other supplies mixed around with the gnome. And there's also this it looks like a scroll case or something. Tell them there's a few items here. The first one you notice is like a wooden, looks like a scroll case. What do? You just see it there. It's kind of well preserved. It's got a stopper on it like a cork. It's not too big. It's about 1 foot long. I mean, it's pretty big.
Alright, I grab the gnome and I grab the scroll case and I fly back.
Oh, there's more items. There's more items mixed around there as well.
I grab as much as I can, but so I can actually
so you grab
fly back because I don't.
You grab the tube, right?
Well, I grabbed the gnome, and the scroll case for sure.
Okay.
And,
all right, you grab it,
and
when you do, it kind of rattles around as if there's something in it. There's also a potion. There's like a very briny seaweed-covered gourd of some description. It's kind of olive-colored.
Well, I put the potion on my belt.
Okay.
A potion belt.
There's a potion. There's that wooden tube. And there's also something else. That's it. And then the gnome and all that gear. Alright, so you grab those items and you can take the little gnome and obviously some sort of victim of these hags. You quickly fly over and deposit them on the beach. You probably run out of fly speed at this stage already, Talman. You can just swim back over.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, unless you don't know how to swim.
Well, I mean, I'm not in full plate, so...
Yeah, you can swim easily. Alright, you swim over, and... Alright, do you want to just check out this loot? Or are you more interested in the gnome?
Well, the gnome hasn't spoken since I touched it, so...
The gnome...
I don't think it speaks.
Look, yeah, you think maybe the gnome's got... could be unconscious because of taking water into their lungs. So you might have to do a resuscitation. Artus comes over. Oh, we need to act quickly. Who knows CPR? God damn it, I'll do it! Don't die on me, damn it! Don't! He starts doing chest compressions. Stay in there! Stay in there! And suddenly the gnome starts spurting seawater out of its mouth and spits out a starfish. And
Patrick.
Artie, you're awake. I didn't have any artwork for your character, so I just picked the first gnome token I found. But
Yeah. You didn't go with the one I provided for my last note?
what's your story? Are you okay? Explain to me how you got here.
Alright, well, at the moment, I'm still just coughing and spluttering as I interrogate. So please, just give me a moment. Please.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Well, I don't know who you are, where I am, or what's going on. But other than that, yes.
I just resuscitated you. My name is Artus Cimber. You're safe now. Now, if you don't mind, I think I'm heavily concussed and I'm losing quite a lot of blood, so I'm just gonna sit down over here.
I did heal Artus for 11 paper.
Okay. He's it takes care of some of the most major injuries that he'd suffered. Like one of these plates had like punctured him straight in his torso, so that kind of has healed over now. But he's still quite badly hurt, and he just sits down here. I just need to get my breath, and I did not mean that tongue. Sorry, that was an accident.
You didn't have to let me know about it.
All right. So yeah, Artie, if that even is your real name, you just find yourself like washed up on a beach. You're captured by some sea hags, and you've just been freed. You see all these adventurers around you. You're in the jungles of Cholt. Yeah, who are you? What is your name, by the way?
Well, I don't think we're on first name basis.
Are you saying you have amnesia and it'll take you a little while to recover that information?
No, I just don't think we're on a first name basis quite yet.
Okay. I just saved your life, and well, if that doesn't earn a first name basis, then I would hope sticking your tongue down someone's throat would.
What's your name?
I'm just gonna stop talking now.
Who are you? Why are you in a boat?
I'm not quite sure why I was in a boat. I was exploring some ruins in the area, and then I was jumped, and then I am here.
What were you jumped by?
I would assume those dead things in the water.
Great.
Was it barnacle cankle sore?
Why were you exploring the ruins?
Well, I'm an artificer. I was hoping for some to find some magic items of some sort I could study in there.
So you were exploring some ruins alone.
Well, yeah. Why?
I don't know.
Doesn't seem like a good idea in this jungle.
Well, I mean, sure, you might say that, but in the end, I think I turned up alright.
Well, I'm glad we could help you. It was good meeting you. Good luck on your journey. You know, maybe we'll see you back in Port Zara sometime.
Yeah, I'll just be on my way.
All right, I'll see you later. Bye.
Don't!
Man, they were nice, huh?
It's dangerous to go alone. Artus stands up.
Here, have a hamster.
Alright. Meanwhile, while this conversating is going on, if you check this wooden tube, you'll find 3 sapphires worth 50 GP each. And a spell scroll inside the tube.
Is it the wish scroll?
It is not a wish scroll.
Oh. Disappointed.
It's a spell scroll of Identify.
Oh, that's great.
Do you want
For
to
all
use
the
it to
mad
identify the scroll to make sure it is a spell scroll of identify?
I was gonna make that joke, but I thought it was too easy.
And, alright, Turig, you take a look at the potion, and you kind of probably instantly recognize what it is. It's also a little bit ironic. It's actually a potion of animal friendship. It works a bit differently than the spell, though. Well, actually, it works differently than the mask, I should say. So when you drink the potion, you can cast animal friendship for 1 hour at will. It's this like muddy liquid, and there's like little bits of fish scale, a hummingbird tongue, a cat claw. Oh, this one actually, it could be either one. This one just has like a little bits of briny fish scale and roe swirling around in this liquid.
Yum yum.
If no one minds, I put the 3 sapphires in the party loot and the scroll of identity.
You don't want to hold the scroll, Petra?
Yeah, well, I can cast it regardless.
Oh, do you have identify or?
I do have identify.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, this at least won't burn you 10 minutes of time, or
Yeah, pretty much. It's
one spell
faster
slot.
identify.
Oh, it still has the same spell casting time.
okay. Well,
It wouldn't burn a spell slot.
Well, you wouldn't
Well,
cast it as a ritual.
It's a ritual
though.
anyway.
I can cast it as a ritual, yeah.
okay, so very good spell. It's a very good spell scroll.
Alright, and the potion, do you want to hang on to that, Turik?
Yeah, unless somebody else wants it, I don't have a problem taking it.
Yeah, go for it.
Alright,
Okay.
yeah, could be useful to have 2 people that could cast animal friendship.
Yeah, no, he's a friend of beasties.
Oh yeah. Let's give it to Orion.
Oh, okay. The potion or the scroll?
Yeah, the potion.
Okay.
Oh, I
Yeah,
could take it. Used it on my mother-in-law. Ha 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 ha.
This guy is a dad. Thanks, Turd. I appreciate it.
You is tribe.
Well said.
Alright, so, yeah, Artie, you've probably got no idea where you are at the moment, and your chances of survival by going alone would be very slim.
But not the 0.
Listen, we can't just leave you here on this beach. God damn it, you almost got eaten alive by hags. You should come with us. We can keep you safe, and besides, we could use the company.
Well,
You seem to be an interesting person with a very complex story. I'd like to hear more of it.
well, I know you're taking digs, but I actually did take the time to write up a backstory. So, yeah, you can eat it.
What do you mean, backstory? What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, I guess if you're willing to have me.
You're welcome to join us. Ilmater will protect you.
I think he's still under the hag spell.
Can you walk?
Well, I would assume I'm not just sitting in the water. I would assume.
Well, I mean...
But yes, I can walk.
Oh, good, because I can't. I need to rest.
Yeah, a short rest would be much appreciated right now.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a lot better. 1 hour later. I'm feeling great. Alright, you guys just sit here on the beach and check out that treasure. Just listen to the sound of waves crashing on the beach. Everyone take a short rest, and it has been a busy day because it's only midday, or just past midday at the moment. After the rest, Artus stands up. Ah, I'm feeling a lot better now. That magical healing that you gave me, Turek, did wonders. Alright, we should keep moving on. What was your name again? Sorry. If we are on first name basis, or what should I call you at least?
Fine. You can call me Millhouse.
Millhouse. Alright, Millhouse. We're planning to head to Kursabal. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's a monastery. There we're going to gain the power of flight and fly over to Oralunga. Does that sound like something you'd be interested in?
I think it piques my interest.
Good. So that settles
Just
it.
to be certain, if we do get into battle, what can you do?
Well, if you give me, is it? I think is the Still Defender a short?
Yeah, at a short rest, I think you can create a Still Defender.
Well, I'll just leave that for next session. But well, I can create a companion for one, better than any familiar you could really hope to gain. I'm very good at tinkering with magic items, so there's that. And I have a respectable AC class, unlike any of you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So I think I bring quite a bit to the party.
All right. Do you want to
If you're happy.
describe your character as well, Millhouse?
Right. Millhouse is a gnome, of course. He's, as all gnomes do, he has quite short in stature. He's got wild silver hair, and he's wearing blue robes. And he's got this mad gleam in his eye.
A mad gleam.
So pretty much exactly like this.
I mean, it's a very close approximation.
Artist
So
impression.
The question becomes if he had the mad gleam before or after the city hags got him.
Alright, I've got no idea what you just said, but that sounds good. Let's head on.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Okay, so you guys are still moving. You've been following the beach. It's later in the day now. You continue along the coast. As you travel, you're still on the beach, and you can start to see this gigantic gorge up ahead. The pathway becomes convoluted. The beach is pretty much completely consumed by mangroves and thick, dense jungle. You'll not be able to travel along the beach by the next day. So are you ready to set up camp? And yeah, you're going to camp on the beach. So you don't have any encounters overnight or anything like that. You know, you do your watches and whatnot. So everyone take a long rest.
Can I have an RP moment, real quick?
Of course. This is that night. You've got a campfire going on. You're at the beach. You're just listening to the sound of the waves crashing. I'll put a campfire on for you guys. You're away from like all the seaweed and the hags and whatnot.
So when we're around the campfire, I want to take a moment and talk to Turig and say, little goblin, I wanted to ask a favor, if possible. And I do a little bit of that with, calling this spirits of beasts to rage. Could you teach me?
Well, teach. Me no know if I can teach. But me try. You teach me angry stuff.
If you want.
Me too. Imagine angry dinosaur. It's terrifying, right?
That'd be amazing. We could be two very angry dinosaurs.
Rawr!
Rawr. Thanks, Patiri.
You is tribe. You is more tribe. More than tribe.
Oh.
You is bond.
Thanks, buddy.
No, bond not right word. Sibling.
That's closer.
No. Brother?
There
Is
it
that
is.
your word?
That's it.
You brother.
I just didn't think we had enough druids in the party, so we wanted to have another one.
Alright, while you guys having that conversation, Artus turns to Millhouse. So, Millhouse, if I'm allowed to call you that, you said that you were looking for some sort of ruin, or you were exploring ruins. The preservation of knowledge and history is quite important to me. Perhaps we could share our tales of histories. What ruin were you searching? Mesro by chance? You can trust us. You don't have to be standoffish. We're all good people here. I've only known these people for a day or two, but well, if it wasn't for them... Well, if it wasn't for them, I actually would be perfectly fine. I wouldn't have lost my Ring of Winter, and I would have still been blinded to the fact that there are atrocities affecting this realm. They are doing good. They are here risking their lives to try and stop this death curse. Are you aware of the death curse?
I don't think anybody's unaware of the death curse.
Not everyone has been amongst civilized folk in this past month. I myself had no idea of it. I had become lost in the jungle. Not physically, but mentally. I had shut myself off to events that were happening. Even this cataclysmic event that is afflicting those who have died and preventing anyone from being raised. I was completely unaware of this. They helped me see clarity to the situation. We're planning to try and stop the death curse. Is that what you're trying to do?
My purpose here is purely research. But if there's anything that will gain me an abundance of research material, it would be adventuring. And this seems like at least an adventure that will have some interesting things occur.
We are planning to head to Oralunga, ancient ruins, untold histories, an ancient being called a Naga, a guardian Naga. If knowledge is what you seek, then you may quench that thirst.
Well then, I'm looking forward to it.
I didn't say that I trust you yet. That is something that will need to be earned, and that goes for all of you. I'm still deciding exactly who you all are and what you really stand for. I've seen many different adventurers during my time. Anyway, I'm going to sleep. He rolls over. And no, Victor, you cannot take my longbow while I'm sleeping. Good night.
I just helping you out. You're as injured.
Alright, actually I'll go over to this composition page. Alright, so Millhouse joins you guys. And it's day 27. You didn't make too much progress today, according to the map, despite you guys going at a fast pace. And
No one died though.
no one died. Alright, you guys are quite close to the gorge of Artus Muhahaha. You won't be able to follow the beach line anymore, but you can follow the side of the gorge, which makes it very easy to navigate. It is like quite a drop, as you guys know, towards one side of Artus Muhahaha. Hopefully your other party members should be waiting for you on the other side. Alright, happy with Artus leading again? I'll take that as a yes. Alright, he starts navigating, and he's going to set a fast pace. Make sure you can keep up. Alright, he sets a fast pace. He does very well with the navigation. He does very well. Or so he says. At the end of the full day of traveling, Artus is using your map. He kind of scratches his head. Yeah. I think I've taken a wrong turn. We're back at Mesro by the looks of it. I think. And, yeah, you guys actually stumble upon the ruins of Mesro once more. Somehow Artus took a wrong turn and he's headed in the complete opposite direction. Pretty much back where he started the day before. The only reason you realize this is because you start to see the familiar terrain of Mesro. You don't actually have any encounters on this day. So a full day of pretty much wasted exploration, and Artus was just extremely unlucky to get lost like that. He seemed to be pretty good at navigating. Alright, I think we'll probably wrap it up here for tonight. Or today. Roll20's been a bit crappy today, but thanks for everyone pushing through. And yeah, we still managed to play alright.
Yeah, not too bad.
Alright, so we'll start off next session with new party member joining you. We've got Artus as well, and hopefully you can navigate the way back to Artus Muhahaha very quickly and very easily as you continue on your way to Curseval. Artus seemed like a good guide. He just got unlucky. Natural ones do happen. Alright guys, thank you all very much. I'll see you guys next week.
Cheers. Thank you.
Take care all.
See you next week, guys.
Later,
See ya.
Alright. Bye bye. Have a good weekend, everyone.